You are 2 steps away from greatness. 2 steps. All right. I'm your co-host HT,
I'm CD Barnes.
and this is the League of Hustlers, where we help you to prepare to prosper. Just wanted to let you know you're 2 steps away from greatness as we transition into a new year. Right. At the end of every year, we like to kind of go into the new year with a renewed mindset, a fresh outlook on life, with energy, with enthusiasm, with anticipation of the greatness that the next year beholds. So true fashion, true League of Hustlers fashion, right? We want to continue that. As we go into 2025, we want to remind you that you are 2 steps away from greatness. There are two things that you can do to set yourself up for greatness, for prosperity, for success, the new. All right, let's jump right into it. City, first thing, what can we do to prepare for the greatness that lies ahead of us?
Right. Yeah. So, number one, right, you just got to keep in mind that this is really simple stuff. This isn't, mind boggling information that we're talking about here. It begins with your thoughts, your thought process
Right?
is number one.
Number one.
And an easy way to get to the bottom of that is by number one, visualizing success. And you've heard us talk about this quite a bit with the dream stream strategy, right? Visualizing success. What does that actually look like for you? What is success? Success for somebody might just be, or greatness, as we're talking about specifically in this episode, for someone might be achieving a managerial position. For another person, it could be being a thought leader in a particular industry. For someone else, it could be, something, maybe it's they want to be an NFL star, whatever it is that you determine what greatness is, you need to get that in your mind. What does that look like for you? Get a very clear picture on what that is. Define it, because it's unique to you. It will be very specific to you. What does that look like? How does it work with your day to day? What does
Right.
it look like with your family? How does it fit within, you know, um, your regular day to day lifestyle? And so just start thinking about that. Write it down on paper. And actually, we have a module specifically for it in the Dream Stream.
Yep. Yeah, and it to that point, in the dream stream, it's called the day in the life, right? And basically, just imagine, right? Imagine what your day would be like if you went through hour by hour, right? And it lays it out in the dream stream strategy, right? Of course, visit shop.leagueofhustlers.com to pick that up. But imagine just going through your ideal life, right? Hour by hour. What happens when you wake up? What do you do? Right? Waking up at 5. Boom. What do you do at 6? What do you do at 7? What kind of breakfast are you eating? What are you reading? Are you meditating? Are you praying? Are you like what's going on hour by hour throughout your day? So you have to really visualize and really internalize who that person is, who you are in the future, your highest ideal of yourself. What will you be doing? What do you do every day? Like, what's that routine like? And really internalize that. Really let that become part of who you are, right? And really get a very clear, like CD said, a very, very vivid and clear picture, a vivid vision of who that person is, who you are. And think about that. Think about what you're eating. Think about what you're driving. Think about where you're going. Think about the people that you'll be interacting with, right? And we lay it out just like that in the Dream Stream strategy.
Yep.
Next step.
A key question to ask yourself, and this will segue right into step two. But the key question to ask yourself after you have this vision is, who do I need to become
Mm,
to, you know, have this level of success or greatness or whatever it is that you set? Ask yourself that question. Who do I need to become for this,
wow.
for me?
That's
And then,
profound, bro. That's profound.
the next step is develop habits that will support that, that will facilitate that, that will like foster the growth surrounding that.
Right,
And so what that looks like is, you've come up with this idea of what success or greatness is for you. And now we understand or have an idea of who it is we need to become for that to happen for us. And now we're going to develop the actions, the habits that actually will make that come into fruition for us.
right.
So it's not just thinking it. Thinking it isn't enough. That may get you, a foot in the door, but the other part is actually taking action and developing habits. Once your actions become a habit, and this is the point where it's on autopilot.
Right.
In my mind, Kobe Bryant is was a great example of this. Um, the in the gym, 4 a.m., 3 a.m., practicing a game-winning shot over and over and over until the situation actually arises, and then I hit the game-winning shot the same way that I've been practicing. And create a habit out of it, create a routine out of it, create a morning routine. Set alarm on your phone, do something to where, okay, it's time for me to do the thing. It's time for me. And essentially, what you're doing is you're practicing being that person.
Right.
That's all. And that's what you're doing. Practicing being the person that you need to be to
That's
accomplish
it.
that goal.
And it's so simple, right? It's so simple. Um, Athletics have such a profound similarity and connection to goal achieving, right? Because it's something that you can actually almost quantify, right? So you have this goal, right? You want to be able to, let's say, dunk, right, in basketball, right? Um, and of course, some people aren't tall enough, whatever. But let's say physically you're able to, but you just can't, right? Because you haven't trained and conditioned your body to be able to, right? So in order to reach that goal of being able to dunk, you have to just take small steps every day. If you go and work out one day and train on how to, jump higher and how to position your body in the right way, if you only do it for one day, you're not going to be able to do it by the end of the day, right? So you just take these small incremental steps day by day, right? Or let's say you want to run faster or you want to run a 5K or something like that. And you just take every time you run, every time you train, right? You get on this schedule and you just take these small incremental steps, right? You run for a mile one day. The next day you run for or let's say you start by walking a mile. Next time you start by jogging, 2 miles. Then you um eventually work your way up to the point where you're able to run the full 5K, right? And so these small incremental steps, right? These small habits that we form are what's going to essentially seal the deal and get us to that goal, right? And CD brought up something earlier in it talking about like not wanting to necessarily be like a lottery winner or where something is just given to you, right? Because it just as quick as it was given to you, it can be taken away, right? And then you don't know how to get it back, right? So by forming these habits, you'll learn to become that actual person that you visualize. You see what I'm saying? So learn how to take those habits, learn how to develop those habits to the point where they're ingrained inside of you, to the point where you automatically know that you're investing money, right? You're saving money. You are taking the small steps. You're eating healthier. You're exercising consistently, right? Whatever your goal is, whoever that ideal person that you see yourself as, learn how to now start taking those small steps, right? Developing that daily routine, developing those habits, and like clockwork, like magic, whatever you want to call it is bound to come true. You are bound to become great. You are bound to achieve the level of success that you have set out to achieve. Why? Because you've gotten your mind state right, and you're constantly envisioning yourself as that person, and then you're taking the small steps day by day to become that person, you know?
Yep, just like that. You know, practice being that person over and over. And it's like once you can become that person consistently, where it is a habit, you're not necessarily thinking about it, you're just hitting the shots
Right.
out of, you know, repetition, out of habit. The opportunities, the ideas, the people, the resources, the jobs, like whatever it is that you need, all of those things will start showing up for you. So it's really like you're positioning yourself, you're getting in position.
Right.
And if you're not where you want to be, it's not that you can't achieve that, but you're not in position. So 2025 coming up, let's get in position. Mind state for one, for two, developing the habits that will help support and help us to become the people that we need to become in order to accomplish those goals and fulfill those dreams.
And it's just that simple, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So let's get it. Let's go. We're going to head into 2025 with a renewed mind, with renewed habits, right? We're going to kill it. We're going to kill it. Make it up in your mind that 2025 is going to be your year. All right. It's going to be a year of prosperity. It's going to be a year of abundance and overflow. It's going to be a year of goal achievement. All right. Let's lock in. All right. Let's get it. Let's go. Follow for more.